Okay, let's try this again. Hello, everyone. It is Self-Care Sunday. Take two. Take two. How are you? And you, but especially you, doing tonight? I think I got the sound working right now. I think we have the sound working correctly now, the second time around. You know, you change up some of your equipment, and that messes up the sound. So there you go. There, I can see it looking like it's working correctly now. Sorry about that, everybody. I do apologize if I cut you off there. It's the joys of technology, you know. You mix it up a little bit, you change things and everything, and then boom, there goes your sound. There goes your sound. I've got. You know, there's some cool stuff I've got going on with some of the new tools I've got. And, you know, but that's one of the after effects there is sometimes it messes things up. So what are you going to do? You begin again. That is what you do. When things aren't going the way you intended or the way you want, sometimes it's just begin again, and that's what I did here tonight. You know, it is start a second stream. It's okay. It is okay to begin again, and that is what's great about life and mindset. You know, when you look at your mindset of how you approach things, how you do things, how you handle things, the ability to begin again is a great mental. It's a great mental exercise. It is absolutely a fabulous mental exercise. So I want you to keep that in your mindset. You know, because even just that phrase, begin again, is a powerful shift. It's a powerful shift. You just change. It's, woo, I'm over here, and now I'm over here. I began again. I began again. And it is really that simple. Let's get started tonight with our opening quote. Our opening quote is, strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. That is strength. And a powerful quote indeed. It is. So that is strength here on that, which is exciting. You know, as we look to begin again, as we look to strength, as we look to things, that is a powerful thought. Those are powerful thoughts. I wanted to pick up tonight, actually, on a topic we had talked about a few weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. I've lost track now, because it's funny that it came up today. It's funny, it's coincidental, it is, I think sometimes the universe is talking to you. So, you know, a few weeks ago I did a presentation, we did a talk about traffic in your stores and getting more traffic, and store operating hours, and you know, if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. It was a great episode. So if you have not seen that episode, go back and see it. If you have not seen that episode. And so we had that whole conversation on different things a couple weeks ago, and I've gotten various emails and phone calls about it, you know, including, you know, what nights do I recommend staying open later? What do I, you know, if I were to stay open later, when do I do that? You know, some strong opinions from you on Sundays. And I get it. I respect Sundays. So Sunday, I personally believe, is a day you should be open. The caveat to that is, that I always give, is when you have a strong personal religious objection to being open on Sundays. A strong moral religious reason for staying closed on Sundays. And I completely respect that. Most often, when I really dig into Sundays, when I get out the shovel and I dig into Sundays, though the feeling isn't as much about religion, okay, and a bona fide personal religious belief, it actually it goes to, I don't want to work it. I don't want to work it, Neil. I don't want to be stuck working Sundays. That's my day of rest. Although I'm at home doing paperwork or I'm doing something else, I don't want to be stuck working Sundays. And I get it. I respect it. But I also want to solve then the real problem. So the real problem is you. Okay, not wanting to work Sundays. The real problem isn't that Sunday is a day of rest and a day for religion and the Lord's Day. Okay, and that's, I am not by any stretch of the imagination making fun. I believe in a higher power. I believe in people that take it as a religious day, but take it as a religious day. If you're taking it because you don't want to work it, or you got stuck covering it when you were open on Sundays, or some other reason, then it's important to fix the underlying problem. And, you know, I bring this up today on this episode because I got contacted by a couple of people today to talk about it, because they had the mental bandwidth today because their stores were closed and it was a holiday for many, to watch that episode or take it in or to think about it. And they were like, hey, Neil, you know, Sundays is a no-go. And so it wasn't just one store. It wasn't just one store. Although, you know, one of them I've known for a long time, and I know they are very religious. Okay, and I love that about them. Okay, they actually have very religious beliefs, bring God into their store and into their story, and they, you know, and I'm like, I had to push back on the Sunday a little bit today to a couple of stores, and I said, I get it, because I don't want to work it, and I understand that. It's not you, but who. Okay, it doesn't have to be you. It just has to be who. And when we hire right, you know, it changes things, and it changes how we cover it. But they didn't. I pushed back because here they are telling me they don't want to work Sunday. And they don't want to be open on Sunday, but they're taking the time to call me on Easter Sunday to say they don't want to do that. And so I have to push back a little bit on that, okay? You know, not just any Sunday, but on Easter Sunday they're working on this. And I'm all for it. I'm all for bona fide religious beliefs. I really am. I really have no problem with it. But I do have a problem when we have those beliefs, but then we're working beyond it, okay? Or not having a problem, but I'm calling into question the belief and trying to get to the root cause. I'm digging down. I'm getting my shovel out. What's the root cause here? Okay, I don't want to work all day. You don't have to be open all day, okay? Maybe you're open 12 to 4. Maybe you're open 11 to 4. You don't have to have extended hours or super hours or any of that, okay? It is a conversation about meeting the needs of your customers so your customers can help you and your community fulfill your dream. Meeting the needs of your customers, and so that your customers, your shoppers, the ones that put money in the register, can help you meet and fulfill the dreams of your community and your own dreams. What that register being fulfilled means to your own dreams. So it is a really so for those of you that are closed on Sunday, I want you to rethink about it. I want you to rethink about it because I just want you to come down to, and for anything that is a limiting belief, anything that stops you, okay, that is a belief up here, okay, a belief in your head that stops you from doing what your business needs, what your community needs. You are the ultimate community business, and when you are driving that business in your community, okay, you are doing amazing things. So digest that for a little bit, sit on that for a little bit, and just think about how you drive that forward and how you fulfill that need. And is Sunday a limiting belief, or is staying open late a limiting belief? Is closing at 5 for your own convenience, not for your customer's convenience? It really matters, especially as return to work and other things have taken hold, a return to the office. What does that look like for you? So I want you to think about that. I want you to have that in your head as we move forward, as we think forward. So because you can do some really amazing things, and I know you can. So just think about that. That's all. I wanted to plant seeds here tonight. I wanted to plant some seeds here tonight. That is what I wanted to do. I was all about planting seeds tonight. Coming up this week, we've got Wednesday. I'm on the road Wednesday. I'll probably Wednesday night. I'll let you know if I'm not going to be on. I might be late Wednesday night this week because I am on the road a couple days this week. I've got a few big things going on. I'm testifying in front of the State House on Tuesday at I forget which committee I'm actually testifying in front of, but it's basically about credit card competition and credit card rules for small businesses and the effects of such on small businesses. So that'll be an interesting one, and I've got a business trip on Wednesday. So, I may be late on Wednesday, or I'll let you know if I'm not going to be on at all. It may be Sunday before I'm back on this week. Just a little bit of travel this week, but I've got a great topic coming up on. We're going to talk spring a little bit. We're here in it, and we're going to talk about it and some exciting things with that. You know what else is exciting? This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring the bell, ring it, so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. I am here Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 than Ish. Again, this Wednesday I may not be here because I'm going to be late Wednesday probably. I may not be back in time to do it on Wednesday night, but I will be back here on Sunday the 12th. Absolutely will be here Sunday the 12th, without a doubt. But if you have a question in between, just DM me. Easy to find. Just DM me, drop me a note, and we will connect. We start the program every night with our opening quote and closing quote. Our opening quote tonight was, "Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strength. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength." Our closing quote tonight is, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party. A wedding, a bar mitzvah, a hop for the Easter Bunny. I don't know. I do like a good party, though. Until then, and until next Sunday the 12th at More 8 than Ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you You're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you next Sunday for sure. Have a great one.